My name is Scott Cheek, and I am managing partner of Kutztown Crashpads.
And I'm Todd Silance, also managing partner at Kutztown Crashpads.
So I've been investing in real estate since 2015, primarily in Chester County, Pennsylvania, and met Todd just over a year ago.
My background in real estate investing has been about a little over 3 years now, up here in the Lehigh Valley. And then Scott and I partnered up earlier this fall, and when this deal was presented to us, which we then purchased here in early 2022. What attracted us to this building is that I actually am very familiar with this market. I own a property, some student housing not far from here, right up on Main Street. This property is kind of a premier property in Kutztown with commercial spaces right on Main Street, as well as then the student apartments above. The other nice thing with this property is that it has off-street parking. In Kutztown with the university, having off-street parking is kind of a must-have. And that was one of the things that was a big driver in us trying to acquire the property.
You know, one thing that we look for as investors are value-add opportunities. And in addition to the demand that is already here due to the student housing aspect of the property, we realized that there were some areas that we could improve both management and the amenities for the students that would add value to them and thus the property.
This would be the first deal that Scott and I have partnered on. And one of the things that attracted me to partnering with Scott was that our values were aligned. We were very, very in step throughout this process on how we wanted the property to perform, what we were looking for in the property, as well as what we would bring to our investors.
When you partner with somebody, it's a team and you want to be able to leverage each other's strengths, and I think that we do that very well. And we were able to pull this deal together despite some ups and downs that the closing process inevitably is going to throw at you. Jeff was a big part of that process as well, and a big help for us.
I had a background of already doing a few deals with Jeff at Lehigh Financial, and the process on my prior deals and purchasing properties was very easy. He was easy to work with. His team over there made things very seamless throughout the whole closing process. So when this deal popped back up, we looked to him knowing that he could help us secure financing really quick and also get us to the closing table in a timely manner, which was important because we were under some time constraints.
Well, initially when Todd and Scott were referred to me, they were actually referred to me through their local realtor that they were working on this purchase. And they had contacted me. I had prior to done work with Scott on some additional financing for another project he was working on. So they naturally called me, in addition to their realtor referring them to me. So we had picked up from there, and I thought it was a great project. I mean, downtown Kutztown, student housing, storefronts. I thought, what a great story, what a great business to own. It's something that's always needed in college towns is student housing. So I was really happy to be able to be a part of it. When they contacted me, I was really excited to get started, and we ended up closing on it. Working with Todd and Scott and their 3 partners was fantastic. The team of 5 guys are all professionals in what they do. And it was really evident throughout the entire process. Whenever I needed anything, these guys just turned it around 1, 2, 3. And they were all very excited to move forward with this purchase and to develop it into something better for the community. I love the fact that these 5 investors got together and they wanted to retain and enhance the value of this piece of real estate that really affects the community. I'm glad I was able to be a part of the financing. I appreciate their business, and hopefully we can do another project in the future again.
So Jeff's communication as well as his team's communication was spot on throughout the whole process. We came to Jeff, as Todd mentioned, kind of later in the process than they probably would have liked, but we did that because we knew we could get to the closing table with him and his team and the pre-existing relationships that he had with various local lenders, and that he'd be able to get us the best terms.
The reason we used Jeff is because for this deal, in the 11th hour, we were actually using someone else to finance this property, and it fell through in the 11th hour. And my pre-existing relationship with Jeff led me to giving him a call to see if he could get us financing and help us close this deal in under 60 days. And that was right around the holiday time. And he was able to do that, and that's one of the reasons that moving forward, we'll definitely be using Jeff again.
Ultimately, Jeff was able to get us the best terms that we could find. I mean, he might not want to hear this, but we did shop him, and we put him to the test and did look at some other lenders, but ultimately Jeff was able to get us the best terms that would work for this deal. I would definitely recommend Jeff and Lehigh Financial for any investors looking for funding that want to close quick with a broker that's experienced, knows the markets locally, and has lender partners lined up ready to fund deals.